Hey guys, I just wanted to do my very first phone review. The kind people at Sony sent me this Sony Xperia Z5 Bond edition, so I thought I'd check it out and let you know what I thought. I think I'm probably going to keep this pretty basic. I don't want to go too deep because basically I don't get that deep with phones, so I really just use them for what I use them for, and that's about it. So in terms of that, that's what I've been looking at. Quickly open her up. A very, very nice looking machine, very stylish. You can see there it's got nice the frosted back there, it's quite cool, embossed logos and things like that. Some of the key features about this phone that Sony want you to think are that it has an amazing camera. It does have a very good camera. It's 23 megapixel. The images do come out very nice. Same with a lot of smartphones, low light's not amazing. The flash is pretty good. In fact, no, I'll take that back, the flash is very good. One thing I do like about this is it has a dedicated camera button in the right place, which is right here, and it's a 2-position button. So what that means is you can press it halfway for an autofocus, which is very quick, and then a full press to take the photo. And that camera app loads very quickly, so in terms of being able to pull your phone out, get a photo real quick, a quality photo very quickly, it's quite good. They want you to think that it has a 2-day battery life. I don't think that it does. As a medium to heavy phone user, I would still charge this every night. In terms of the apps I ran on it, typical Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, that kind of stuff, runs all of those absolutely fine. Switching between apps is all good. It's got a lot of grunt behind it, so there is a lot of power to run multitasking and things like that. So that was absolutely fine. In terms of the camera, it's 23 megapixel. It does 4K video, but it won't display in 4K because it hasn't got a 4K display. It's got a very nice full HD display. It'll do 1080p video at 60 frames a second, so that'll look very nice. And that's really all you need for things like Instagram and YouTube and whatever else you're going to put videos from your smartphone on. One thing that they did change from the older phone was that they moved the power button, which if you're holding it in your hand is in a great place, it's right there. That has a fingerprint scanner on it. I don't use that. I don't like fingerprint scanners. Don't ask me why, I just don't like them. In terms of memory, it's got 32 gig on board and it's expandable. There's a little port on the side here for your, well, it's got a little tray in it which slides out, which is actually a bit fiddly to get your head around at first, and then once you know how to do it, it's fine. It's not really obvious. But yeah, no, you can put in a nano SIM, which I don't have, so I haven't actually been using this as a phone so much as I've just been using it for everything else in terms of apps and camera and video and stuff like that. And it'll also take a standard micro SD card, so that's expandable to whatever you want to put in there. This is their flagship edition phone, so I mean this is going to be, I think this is $12.99 retail, unless you go and get it through Spark, which I think is the only place it's available. So that's going to put it up against things like the S6 or the P8. I had a P8 recently. That was a nice phone. I think that this is better than the P8. I think it runs nicer. I had a few issues with the P8 in terms of if you leave it overnight, it won't automatically send your apps, your notifications through, and then you'll unlock your phone and you'll get bombarded with notifications. This didn't do that. This was a great operating phone. The operating system is very nice. It's Lollipop, which will soon be Marshmallow. That works all fine. Yeah, no, I didn't have any significant problems with it. One thing I did find is there's a game that I like to play, and I download it on every phone that I get, because it's a really pretty game called Smash Hit, which is a very, very simple game. It's got great sound and it's got great video, but I did find when I was playing that on this that it did heat up quite a bit. It was somewhere in the mid sort of back area. It was quite hot in my hand, but that's not uncommon. My S5 does that. I haven't tried it on an S6. I did try it on a Note 4 and it didn't get as hot, but it did warm up. But I think that's just where we are with this kind of technology, which is absolutely fine. Didn't really have a lot of downsides with this phone. The way that they're frosting a lot of the backs of these phones is quite interesting. Again, the P8 had a frosted back, and I find when I pull out a phone, I'll pull it out of my pocket like this and then flip it around in my hand, just sort of flip it around. And this has got enough grip to do that. The P8s flew straight out of my hand and across the room, and it's fine, don't worry about it. But yeah, no, this was good. It's grippy. The screen's got a good amount of surface tension, so it's nice to use. Yeah. Other than that, no, I think it's a good contender. Price point, again, I think $12.99. So yeah, and you put that up against an S6 or a P8 or something like that. Yeah, you're going to be looking at a very, very capable phone. But again, I mean, these sorts of phones are probably beyond what I actually use the phone for anyway. But that being said, the main thing that I look for in a phone these days is a quality camera, and this does have a very, very good camera, but I don't think it's as much better that they say it is over something like an S6. I think an S6 still has a very, very good camera. So yeah. But still, anyway, if you've enjoyed this review, I hope it's been informative. Please do like and subscribe. We've got more of these sorts of things coming. Yeah, thanks very much.